guys, welcome back to Nottingham Forest career mode here on FIFA 22. Thank you for your support over the weekend. Apologies for no video yesterday. As you were well aware, I was away for 3 days over the weekend for my sister's wedding, and I recorded as far ahead as I possibly could with the time that was available to me. So we only missed one video. We're back today, and with some blooming important games as well. Leicester City 18th, Nottingham Forest 17th. I need to win. The gap above us is 4 points already, although, as you can see, it's 4 points up to Everton and Brighton and Leeds. But we do have a game in hand, so win this against Leicester, and we will be closing in on some much higher positions. We saw goals going in much more easily with the change in formation. Unfortunately, that counted at both ends, so it's still an adaptation period for us here, having switched formation to the 4-1-2-1-2 now, which I'm happy to stick with for now. You guys are absolutely adamant, though, that you do want me to play that game against Rosenborg to try and ensure that we get some further European football this season. We cannot progress from our group in the Europa League, but something I hadn't considered, we could, if we beat Rosenborg and Midtjylland beat Ferencvarosi, we could finish third and go into the preliminary round for the knockout stages of the Europa Conference League. So there is still potential for European football this season, and I would have missed that if it weren't for you guys. So thank you for that. Today we will quite simply be playing Leicester, Southampton and Arsenal. Tomorrow will be Rosenborg, City. We'll sim Burnley at home and play Bournemouth. And then the episode after that will be the other 4 games remaining in December before we head to January, where we are looking to strengthen. I've £16.5 million available to me. In real life, Emmanuel Dennis has just joined the club at Nottingham Forest from Watford. That is a signing I am looking to replicate with the sale of a certain Taiwo Awoniyi. Got his first goal for the club in real life this past weekend. Unorthodox, but it went in. And Forest got their first 3 points back in the Premier League for the first time in over 20 years. Taiwo was brilliant season 1, but since the injury, so I think it makes sense to move him on. Kalimuendo seemed to be unlocked a little bit with the change in formation a couple of days ago, and we're hoping that Gonzalo Ramos just gets better this season, because we know he's got goals in him. We've seen them last year, so we just need to see them again, and then from there we'll see what money we've got left and where else we could potentially think about strengthening. I might potentially be open to having a look at the loan market. There might be the odd player still left in the free agent market. Certainly worth a look, anyway, at the very least. So we'll boost morale as much as we possibly can so that players have the best possible boosts to their stats. And then, fingers crossed, we can start as we mean to go on by beating Leicester City. As ever, please drop the video a like, making sure you subscribe to the channel, and you won't miss out on any more. Hopefully, we won't miss out on any more points either. Local derby, of course, this one against Leicester City, so even more emphasis on getting 3 points. Emi Martinez in goal, Mozo at right back, Mancini, Konsa and Jordi Alba, and Didi and Mateo Kovacic as the holding two, Sergio Canales, Rafa on the left, James Maddison at cam, and Patson Daka up top. We are at full strength, although not fully fit, but close as makes no difference. Time to get 3 points. Canales looking to run. Can't deal with it, Omar Richards. We swapped the centre-backs around at your request as well. So Niakate is now the left centre-back, and Klursterman is the right centre-back as per their favoured feet at your request. So hopefully that's something that works for us. Continually moving forward, Jacob Ramsey will look for the ball round the corner to Kalimuendo, who's played in beautifully. The defender in the middle just didn't seem to want to be able to keep up. Can I squeeze that home? Emi Martinez with a good save. Joe Willett with a follow-up header. And Emi Martinez makes a double stop to ensure that we don't take the lead at the beginning of this game. Now, we were good at getting ourselves in front in the last episode, but we did throw away points by conceding goals from a leading position. We're seemingly channeling our inner Leeds United from this past match day weekend. We shall try and avoid doing that today. But, oh, that was very nearly an exceptional finish. But we are going to have to get ourselves in front to start with. And thankfully, Rafa was offside, so even if it had gone in, it wouldn't have counted. Right, Rafa, Jordi Alba, Kovacic, Maddison, and Didi. Here's Canales, nicely out wide, floated to Rafa. Little ball roll. Kovacic's already had one shot from distance. He's wound up for another. Unai Simon has been pretty busy in this opening half an hour. I have not yet threatened their goal. We've been all right in the build-up and then give it away at just the wrong moment. It isn't particularly well suited to creating good goal-scoring opportunities, is it? Klosterman in there to Jacob Ramsey again. You see, there's just not many options there, so I'm forced to go out wide there to Omar Richards, but that's not a problem because Omar Richards is pretty decent for us as a left wing-back. Joe Willett. Ramsey just darted forward there, but I could still squeeze it through to him. He gets a good touch in, but that touch, unfortunately, is picked off by a defender, and Mangala couldn't quite get to that. Our own version of N'Golo Kante here at the club, as we mentioned a couple of episodes ago. Mozo. I mean, we're keeping them quiet for now. Get that into Cali Mwendo on the counter-attack. Can I find Gonzalo Ramos? I don't think so, but we can find Joe Willett, who will find Jacob Ramsey, who will find Gonzalo Ramos, who was offside. I saw the defender deep with him, thought he's got to be on, played the pass, no dice. Offside. It must have been tight. It must have been tight. See the number 3 go with him here, and when I play the pass, yeah, he's just off. It's an excellent finish, but it won't count. Gah! Could have been 1-0 up at the break. We are not. Klosterman into Nico Williams. There's Jacob Ramsey quickly in the turn. Oh, it's a nice ball. And Joe Willett will find Cali Mwendo, who can't accelerate away from Mozo. Jacob Ramsey win that header? No, he can't. Ooh, I thought we were genuinely in there. Cali Mwendo was on fire in the last episode and couldn't help himself but score. Got away from the defender, but then the defender recovered. Rafa's got options here, and it's a sharp turn, trying to ensure that he can't find a way past. Young Kuto apparently on the move. It's not something that concerns us right now. Here's Rafa. And there's space for Maddison. He can bang them into the top corner. Unai Simon stops him from doing so. He scored 2 screamers against us already in this save, James Maddison. I do not want him to be scoring a third, nor getting an assist, he says, as Maddison is taking the corner. Cleared away. Rafa! Worldie! Absolute worldie alert. There is nothing you can do about that. That needs a replay. Goal of the season contender from Leicester City. Loitering on the edge of the box. The clearance is decent, but first time. Look at the movement on it. Look at the movement on it. Unfortunately, it's a bit sketchy because of the replay camera, but oh, that is an outrageous goal. You cannot defend those. That's unstoppable. And Gonzalo Ramos apparently has picked up an injury. Oh, wonderful! When did that happen? Kovacic into Maddison. Cross to Ndidi. And Maddison again. Out wide to Rafa. Could stand it up. Hasn't. Here is Jordi Alba. Nico Williams couldn't quite get there. Maddison to Jordi Alba again. To James Maddison. Oh my God. How's that not gone in? I don't even know how to commentate on that. That was just pinball, not football. Yates out wide to Mangala. Forward to Nico Williams. Gonzalo Ramos is there. And we'll find him. And the run is well made. But Gonzalo just can't defend possession. Just needed to show a little bit of intelligence there and hold the ball off the man that was closing so I could play the pass, but wasn't able to do it. Leicester City have been the better side. On paper, they have the better side, but we have the best striker of either side, but at the minute I just haven't been able to get Gonzalo Ramos going in this second season, have we? Not just this game, it's this entire season he's been quiet. Cali Mwendo played in here, but minimal options around me. I'm going to try and get this into Gonzalo, but Kovacic shows excellent awareness and interceptions. With 7 minutes to go, we continually find ourselves 1-0 down here, and if it stays as is, we will be in the relegation zone after this fixture. What on earth is happening this season? Kovacic. Here's Maddison. Scooped out to Jordi Alba. Driving down the line. Nico Williams trying to stick with him. Right there to Rafa. Going through the gap that's opened up. This is getting dangerous again. Rafa with many an option. Klosterman wriggles away. Chamberlain forward to Taiwo, but time has gone. A 1-0 home defeat to local rivals Leicester City that sees us drop into the relegation zone. But what a goal. What can you do against a goal like that? Dick all, unfortunately. maybe mark the man on the edge of the box, but when there's so many in the box, you're not going to concentrate on a man that is 30 yards away. Ramos is only out for 5 days, thankfully, but that does mean that I believe he's out injured for this game, and indeed he is. So Gonzalo Ramos is going to have to come out. I will throw Taiwo in, and Lavia might get his opportunity to be on the bench. Oxlade-Chamberlain is probably going to start this next game as well. With Southampton away not being a straightforward fixture. Let me know what you think has changed in the comment section down below. Because we have not altered anything. Slider-wise, at all. Game difficulty-wise, not changed. The squad has improved on paper in individuals, and we've gone from a Champions League challenging side to a relegation threatened side. What went wrong? Regardless of what's gone wrong, it's time to continually try and set it right again. Emil Aldero in goal for Southampton in their 4-4-2. Livramento, Bella Kotchap, Willie Orban and Max Aarons. Moi Gomez, Dani Ceballos, Nicolas Dominguez and Vincenzo Grifo, with Norberto Gomez Betuncal, or Beto, up top alongside Jonathan David. An entirely unrecognisable Southampton side. Just Tino Livramento and Bella Kotchap, the only ones that stand out as real-life Southampton players. I don't know whether Aldero is a player they've bought in real life. He just doesn't play. I don't know. I don't think so. So, entirely unrecognisable Southampton side. They've got some players from real life on the bench in Che Adams and Oriol Romeo, etc. But yeah, it's a new-look Southampton team. But to be fair, it's a new-look Nottingham Forest side as well, isn't it? So, they play in red and white. But we want to be the side that usually play in red and white, that come away with 3 points here. We weren't creative enough against Leicester. I don't know whether I may be rushing things a bit. I might need to just slow things down and get a little bit less complex with my attacks. Just take my time, play the simple passes, be patient, and really go back to basics. And that might be the way forward for this team. I'm not sure. Because I'm not sure, that's why I don't seem to be able to stop the rot right now. We might try another change in formation if things don't get back to winning ways today. Because I really could do with the result against Rosenborg, and then, rather evidently, the league situation needs resolving. Jonathan David, options out wide. Max Aarons driving through the middle. It's excellent footwork again from a fullback in this game. Jonathan David to Dani Ceballos. Back to Nicolas Dominguez. Jonathan David working the ball into the box. It's there to be won for Klosterman, which he did. Forces the corner. Time for Southampton to see if they can do anything from a set piece. Grifo with the delivery. Looking for a man on the edge of the box. Beto. Bella Kotchap. Well, he must have hit a hand. I've no idea how it went in. The keeper surely should have saved that regardless of whether it was offside or not. But it doesn't go in. Well, it does go in, but it doesn't count, thankfully. No opening goal for Southampton here. If that had counted, you can probably imagine what my reaction to it might have been. Kalimuendo, short there to Joao Pedro, looking for Taiwo. Lovely ball, got a score, does. 1-0 Forest. Beautiful football, and we lead. And of course it's the man that's probably on his way out that gets the goal. Typical. Yeah. I thought that might be coming. Vincenzo Grifo sent for Southampton. Lost possession, tackled. Nico Williams turns away from him, and you can well understand why that red card was given. They've made a change as well, an enforced change evidently. Grifo gone off, and in his place, well, not in his place, who got substituted for them? Didn't quite see it at the time. Let's have a quick look, shall we? So Beto's gone off, the striker. And Moses Simon comes on. So they are now playing 4-4-1 rather than 4-4-2. So they might be a little less dangerous going one way. But Jonathan David is certainly good enough to lead the line on his own. So don't rule Southampton out of this, even though they're a goal and a man down. Ceballos, David, Moses Simon. His pace and trickery is going to be difficult to deal with. Nico Williams puts in an excellent tackle, but unfortunately it falls straight to a Southampton man again. Klosterman just stands firm and will play this away. Awani in there to Oxlade-Chamberlain. Runners around me. There's the obvious ball in the middle to Joao Pedro, is in at Cam today. Kalimuendo Oh, brilliant interception. Perhaps I went a little bit too direct there. Did have a man in plenty of space out wide. Perhaps if I should have used him. Oh, Moses Simon is in. Good save, Bonio Simon. Man over there, the number 15, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, daren't make a challenge for fear of giving away a penalty. Oh, the footwork from Simon there is disgusting. They're in, but we've gotten a tackle in, thankfully, and we will get rid of it. Don't want to take any risks now. A 1-0 lead is still only a narrow margin of victory, should we see it through. And we are so desperate to see it through. But it has been ages since we kept a clean sheet, as you guys well know. So I am going to look for that second goal. And if we can get it, we should get the dub. Cali Mwendo, I was hoping he'd think I'd go one way and I was going to go back the other. Back there to Joe Willock, who winds up. Good block. Can we win this with the Ox? We can't. We can recover possession, though. Joe Willock will look for the Ox again. Why that pass is so horrifically underplayed, I don't know. But we'll lead at half-time. We have a third game before our game against Rosenborg that we played in tomorrow's episode. Awani through the gap. Oh, the turn was very nearly there from Joao Pedro. At present, we haven't been too threatened and fearing needing that second goal. But it's just the inbuilt fear knowing that we have a goal conceded in us. And 1-0 never feels safe for me right now. Even 2-0 after the last couple of episodes doesn't feel that safe. And when he's just underplayed it, it's just not good enough, is it? It's just quite simply not good enough. There's a lucky, fortunate handball in there from Willie Orban. And there's not really much he could have done about that either, to be honest. In there, around the corner, I think Joe Willock was well offside, to be honest. But I saw the man free and tried to get it to him. Half an hour to be played. Still 1-0. They've gifted it back to us there. Cali Mwendo drifted offside. Here's Joao Pedro. He scored a good left-footed goal for us recently. I'll look to float this over. Cali Mwendo's up. Bella Kotchap wins the header. Can Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain win this? He can. The chance still could come to us. Joao Pedro again will look for the run around the outside. Florenzi for a second time will stand the ball into the middle. Oh, and Joao Pedro can't quite get there. Everything but the second goal for us so far. Hopefully, Southampton won't find their one and we'll get this win. Oh, but Biancone can't get the ball. He's just not quite long enough in the leg. Thankfully, they've given it back to us again. Getting lucky here. But hopefully, we will ride that luck all the way to 3 points. Lovely ball by Dominguez. Looking for Moses Simon. Good block by Biancone. It did hit an arm, so play will continue. Don't even think about it. Good block, Jacob Ramsey. Off the bench here to do a job. Oxlade-Chamberlain's pass is poor, but thankfully, Cali Mwendo has the pace to get to it. And now is when game management comes into it. It's all about just keeping possession and stopping them having the ball. If they don't have it, they can't score. And with minimal time remaining, we did do this a number of times last season, and that perhaps is why we were able to get the league position we were. Game management is so important at the elite level. Oxlade-Chamberlain into Jacob Ramsey. How many minutes are added on? Just the one, so I can afford to perhaps look to try and get another. First time Oxlade-Chamberlain straight at Adero. There's the whistle. 3 vital points. A 1-0 win away from home. An unlikely clean sheet. And that, well, it depends what Leicester have done. But if Leicester have dropped points, we should be back out the relegation zone. Leicester draw 1-1 to Liverpool. We should be back out of the relegation zone again. It should be 17th place for us. Indeed it is. And we're only 2 points off 15th and chasing Everton. In fact, we're only 5 or 6 points away from the top half of the table as things stand. So if that level of consistency that we saw at this stage last season kicks in, it's absolutely recoverable. Lavia has had a loan bid here. Shirt belongs to you, Gonzalo, don't worry. Joao Pedro, everybody wants to play at the minute. Lavia is going to go to Stade Rennais in France. Confirmed. Short-term loan for him. Good. I forgot that I'd accepted that earlier on. Yes, Arsenal next. Yikes. Arsenal with a traditional 4-2-3-1 wide. Something we're contemplating doing if results don't improve. Although I'd certainly push those wingers slightly higher on. And maybe even with the potential inclusion of Emmanuel Dennis in the squad, that might be the more favourable option. Aaron Ramsdale in goal for them at 86. Tomiyasu, Saliba, Hummels and Di Lorenzo as their back four. Yep. Brennan Johnson playing against us out on the right-hand side. Sambi Lokonga, sorry. Martin Odegaard in left centre mid with Joel Adejo out left. Lucas Paqueta at cam. Gabby Jesus up top. Arsenal 7th in the league, so not having an exceptional season. But the difference between their team and mine is rather evident. But hopefully we can hold our own. I'd be quite happy with a point from this one. Although, as you might well understand, not particularly too confident of getting it. Corner for Arsenal after 7.5 minutes. Martin Odegaard to deliver. And it's not bad, but it's not great. Nico Williams wins the initial aerial encounter. Brennan Johnson has options there in the middle. And he'll find Gabby Jesus. Niakate intercepts, headed away and cleared comfortably enough in the end, thankfully. Try and get this out wide, looking for Joe Willock in that position. And he's seemingly got the legs on Sambi Lokonga here. Callum Wendo's just held his run. If I can find the ball in here, Jacob Ramsey could spin and... Score was supposed to be the next word! He's got to hit the target. We might not come closer for the entirety of the rest of the game. Nico Williams, just not got the option down the line, do I? I see Joe Willock there. I'll aim that for him. And they've backed off the defender. Omar Richards, Cali Mwendo, nice turn. Through ball, Ramsey. Taiwo. He's the man that I want to sell to bring in Emmanuel Dennis. And now he started scoring. Gonzalo Ramos, presumably, given those exact same opportunities, would also bury them. But Taiwo is now making my decision very confusing indeed. It's a good finish. It's a good goal. We lead against the Arsenal. Brennan Johnson. Back to Tomiyasu. Saliba. And Paqueta. Sambi Lokonga. Martin Odegaard. Gabby Jesus. Ooh, nice little dummy there. Joel Adejo's in here. He's got so many options. One of which is to shoot well wide. Thank you, mate. Do that as many times as you like. That's an awful effort. Thanks for follow, Amelia. Welcome to the channel. RFC, is that Reading? Niakate, forward to Omar Richards. And Willock will find Yates. And there's Ramsey with some space to get into here. And Mangala. And offside. It is Reading. People normally guess Rangers. Nico Williams. You see the run being made there by Taiwo. He's got the support here of Jacob Ramsey, who's going to squeeze it to Cali Mwendo. We could be in for two. But it's a great save by Aaron Ramsey. Corner delivered in. Klersman's underneath it. Mats Hummels wins the header. He might be aging. He might not be able to run. But in a 1v1 aerial encounter, he's still very, very dominant and particularly impressive. Yates will find Joe Willock there. We'll look for Omar Richards first. Cali Mwendo's through that gap, but that gap soon closed. Nearly at half-time. Nearly keeping our lead until that point. Brennan Johnson. Boos for Brennan Johnson. Back at the City ground. The fans unhappy in the manner in which he left, but I'm sure from a financial standpoint, and I'm sure in general, the fans would understand why that move went through. It's just kind of the done thing, isn't it? Rightly or wrongly, to boo a former player in that situation. But I don't think it's just. I don't think he deserves those boos. Also, I'm not sure about that bloody pass. And time is ticking on here at the end of the first half. And I could really do with the referee blowing his whistle if he doesn't mind. Now, just going sideways here, ref. If you could blow your whistle, that'd be brilliant, mate. Gabby Jesus, you're just waiting for it to go in, aren't you? You know it's going to. Because fuck the game. Why, when they're going sideways to sideways to sideways to sideways, past the allotted time, is the whistle not being blown? Bullshit. Testament into Nico Williams. And there's Mangala. Oh, he's wiped out there. That is disgusting from Martin Odegaard. I know he's not necessarily prolific in the tackle, but still, that was pretty poor for anyone in any position. Jacob Ramsey! So very nearly a second. He should have had one already today, Jacob Ramsey. Yates. Willock. Kalimawendo looking for Taiwo. Just can't get away from Saliba. That's why we were interested in him, because he's a damn good bloody defender. But unfortunately, first team at Arsenal, not really going to make the jump across to Nottingham Forest, despite given our strong season last year. Certainly, you can evidently see from this season's efforts why we're still not quite jumping at that calibre of player yet. Give it time. City have equalised against West Ham. The Hammers dropping points is going to be good for us longer term. Jacob Ramsey getting that forward there quickly to Taiwo. I'm going to have runners around me. Jacob Ramsey's going again. It's Nico Williams, in fact. I thought it was Ramsey out on the right-hand side. You can see Joe Willock there in the middle. That's who I'm going to look for. Joe Willock under control and off the bar. Of course it is! Bollocks. Screw my life. We are still at 1-1. It's poor from Gabby Jesus. Straight to Willock, that. Mangala, Ramsey. Nico Williams, just go back to Jacob Ramsey again and hope that Taiwo makes the run, which he has done. He's in again. Taiwo! He's doing enough here to keep his spot at the club, isn't he? But you know already damn well, if I now make the decision to keep Taiwo, he'll then start playing rubbish again. I'm pretty sure I'm still going to stick with the decision to sell him. We're just going to be very thankful for the goals he's scoring in the meantime. Willock. Into Ramsey. Game management is going to be key again here with just a few minutes to go. Biancone. As soon as I say game management is key, my player, fresh player on the pitch, completely balls up a pass. And from that, we might concede. We won't, because he's actually made up for his error and won the ball back. Or at least denied them the opportunity there, Biancone. Just giving the player a nudge as he was looking to have a shot on goal. And Di Lorenzo with a header that does go tamely wide. How many minutes added on? Please no more than 2. It is to be 2. Taiwo had his back to that the entire time. Not necessarily great. Arsenal scored right at the end of the first half. Do not do it again, please. Badiashile off the bench. Big header from a big boy. And big points today for Nottingham Forest. Brennan Johnson comes back to the City ground. But unfortunately for him, he's not going home with anything other than his more than likely larger paycheck that he gets at Arsenal than he did at Nottingham Forest. West Ham 3, Manchester City 1. Some really unexpected results in this weekend's fixtures. Again, we will have to manage this bug that is brought in by the lack of Russian teams in European competition now. Apologies for that, but I'm completely out of my control. Hopefully it's not a thing on FIFA 23 as well. We will get the chance to play our Europa League tie, but what we want to have a look at as we end is what the league table looks like. Are we getting ourselves further towards those upper reaches? 14 points level now with Everton and Leicester, and 3 points only off Bournemouth in 13th. 2 points still though, only 2 points still clear of the relegation zone, so we're still looking over our shoulder, and had we lost that game against Arsenal, we would have slipped to 18th. Leicester have recovered well, getting the win against me and continuing that run of decent form. There's a big jump from 10th to 9th, but we're hoping to be up towards the mid-table in the not too distant future. And once you get that jump to where West Ham and Arsenal are, there's nothing again to third. There's nothing again to third. So the season is absolutely recoverable from here, but we are going to have to work very hard to do that. Manchester City and West Ham and Burnley on the horizon. Pretty sure it was West Ham there, wasn't it? In the fixture list? No, it was Burnley. West Ham's the episode after that. Apologies. Manchester City, Burnley and Bournemouth, as well as Rosenborg tomorrow. Big fixtures where we're going to need big points again. We got them today. Keep the momentum going. Can't believe Taiwo's stepping up like this. Just as I make the decision to sell him, he goes and throws it into question again. Let me know what you think I should do. Comment section down below. I'm still probably leaning towards changing to a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 with Emmanuel Dennis out wide. But does Taiwo stay? I'm still leaning no, but I could be convinced. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.